Peace and blessings, family. This is Brother Aide of Harlem Liberation School and Aide Books. I have a very simple message for all of us today. If you want conditions in your home, your organization, or your community to improve and change for the better, you got to stop the complaining and the crying and whining. Stop waiting for somebody outside your community to save you. Stop nitpicking and being overly critical of other people who at least are trying to help. Study. Organize yourself and others to do something every day to resolve the very problem you identify. Be an active agent of your own liberation rather than a sideline critic. Peace and Black Power family. It's Brother Aide of Harlem Liberation School, where we teach Black people to wake up, clean up, and stand up. Malcolm's three-part call that we make into an acronym, WUKUSU, wake up, clean up, stand up. Family, it's a blessing to be breathing. It's a blessing to be alive, to communicate with you. And it is a blessing even to have this technology that makes that possible for me and our guests to be able to talk and not even be in the same place. To me, that's a big deal. When I was a young teacher in 97, when I first started as a classroom teacher, I used to say, man, I wish I could be in a classroom without walls. I could reach a whole lot of people. And that's exactly what this Harlem Liberation School YouTube channel is, essentially a classroom and an organizing space without walls. So we're appreciative of it. Family, it is we have had a number of guests come on, people that I did not know personally, maybe never personally met, but whose work we respected and were in alignment with. But it's always a beautiful thing, a blessing when you can have a guest on that you do know, that you have met. You know, that's always a special bonus, because a lot of times I think our community has our priorities a little twisted. That is to say that we give more respect to people we don't know, never met, make assumptions about their character just because they're famous celebrity. And we overlook the people right in our face that's doing that work every day that we know and trust. And so it's my privilege to have a good brother on. I believe I met this brother through my good brother either Akil Rose or Mark McPhee. I'm pretty sure it was one or the other through which I met our good brother Robert Fields Jackson. He's a Pan-African brother. This brother is all over in the community. People know him and respect him and love him. And it's my pleasure to have him on. I'm gonna bring our brother in, make sure he's unmuted.
Peace, family.
Brother. Good to see you, man.
I'm blessed by the best, man. Peace, family. How you doing? Shalom to everybody. Good, man. All power to the people as well.
That's right. Did I meet you through brother Akil Rose, or was it Mark McPhee?
So it's actually Mark McPhee, but Akil Rose sent me an invite when you had Harlem Liberation University at Raw Space at the time.
Right. And I think you and Akil and I were building in Marcus Garvey Park one time when I filmed
that's
you.
Correct.
Correct?
We did an interview there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Taking it back.
There. Yeah. Rest in peace, Akil Rose as well.
That's right. Rest in power to our good brother. We have a few people, and I just want to acknowledge Accountability, the Truth says blessings, and I believe that's Black Power.
Yes,
I got my Queen
Power.
B, Queen Brenda, my Queen B says Wukusu to the family. And she says, welcome my good brother Robert Selassie to the forum. Absolutely.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All right, my brother, we're going to get started. We're going to let the questions go where they may.
Yes.
I think the first question we got for you, brother Rob, and I think for those watching, this is the general title that we're speaking about, that the brother Robert Fields Jackson is talking about, and that is why party politics is important for Black people. This is very important.
Yes.
Very important topic, right? Let's start with this. Brother Robert, what things happened in your life earlier on that brought you into consciousness, wanting to help our people, fighting for our people?
So rest in peace to my mother. The first teacher is your mother. She brought me into consciousness about 7, 8 years old. She would always tell me to be aware of my African consciousness as well, and also embrace who I am to help our people in the struggle, So when people wearing American League hats, I wear Negro Leagues hats and jerseys and uniforms. So rest in power to her. She was the first person that brought me to consciousness. About 9, 10 years old.
So you got it at home.
Yes.
Yes, sir. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Now before we go to that, what are some books? What are some important leaders or organizations that have influenced you, brother, that push you, that give you inspiration?
The autobiography of Malcolm X, the autobiography of Frederick Douglass, a Shot of Shakur book, The Spook Who Sat by the Door. That's just a hand. That's just a handful, though. Yeah,
That's good. That's good.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
all right. Now, you have, since I've known you at least, you worked with, it seems like you worked with different elected officials in Harlem. I could be wrong, but I believe that I saw you work with different people. Um, I guess the question is just tell us about that, what that experience was like, working with different people in Harlem, some of the elected officials.
So I did a lot of volunteer work and campaign work for Keith Wright at the time. He ran for Congress. I did Cordell Clear's campaign in the past, Hillary Clinton as well. Brian Benjamin campaign when I can. Pierre Gooden, but on salary, who hired me officially was Kristen Richardson Jordan, the black nationalist sister, the female Charles Barron. That's what I work for
Tell us
now.
more about that sister, please. And
So,
also tell us what district does she represent in
so
Harlem?
she represents District 9, which is Central Harlem, 110th Street, West 110th Street, all the way to West 155th Street. She's a Pan African black nationalist, teacher, community activist. She also cared and have a lot of empathy for the community and for the people. And she one that believed that people. She believed in people power, the people over politics. That's her motto. She's also part of the
I,
LGBTQ community as well.
I believe I met myself and Quinn. I believe we met her once. I could be wrong. And
Yeah.
in reading her background, she seemed pretty interesting to me. She first of all has deep roots in Harlem. She comes from Harlem. She's a native of Harlem. Her
Yes, correct.
parents were in Harlem for many years. So,
That's correct.
yeah, I was pretty impressed with our sister. Now, I understand she's not. First of all, could you give us a sense of her politics? What's her platform? What is she fighting for on behalf of our people in Harlem?
So her platform is radical love. She identifies as a socialist, a democratic social who believe in take care of the poor, the needy, looking for affordable housing or low income housing, allocating the funds from the rich to the poor, and helping people, black and brown, such as ourselves, to rise up from the poverty.
That sounds good to me. Now,
And hold the
I
police
heard
accountable as well. She hold the police accountable as well. So she believe in defund
somebody
police.
got to do it.
Yeah, she believe in
Yes,
defund the
sir.
police. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Now, I heard recently, I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true that she was not running for reelection. Is that true? And I don't know if you know the exact reason why she's not, but would you weigh in on why you think she may not be running for reelection?
So this is the true statement. She made a statement on Twitter in May. She's not running for re-election due to the she want to take a break. There's a lot of she needed a mental break at the time. There's a lot of things going on in her personal life, which I truly understand. But we stand by her. So the new city council person will be Yusuf Salam from Central Park 5, starting in January. He got a big election coming up in November, the general election. So we support him though.
Okay. Yusuf Salam. Yusuf Salam was the dark skinned Muslim brother with
Yes.
the flat top,
Yeah, yes.
one of the
Yeah.
Central Park Five.
Yes, that's correct.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one I think he was the only one that did not technically confess. The other ones were coerced, were forced into confessing, but I believe
Yes.
he's the only one
Yes.
who did not.
That is correct. That
Okay.
is correct. He just had a meet and greet today. So shout out to him, William Allen, Jordan Wright, and his whole team.
Okay. Does he seem I mean, it's hard to kind of predict what a person's going to do before they've done it, but how does the brother seem to you? How does Yusuf come off to you?
He seemed pretty sincere. I met him 2 years ago when a movie came out when they see us on Netflix. I like his style. He represents Harlem. He's very charismatic, casual dresser, and he seems like he's really concerned. And we passed the torch to him properly.
That's right, because he lived over there on around 110th Street,
He still does. It's called Schaumburg
right?
Plaza, 110 Fifth Avenue,
Right, Schaumburg Plaza.
next to Frederick
Okay.
Douglass statue. Yeah,
Yes, sir. Well, we certainly hope the brother is right and exact and that represents the people well. We
yeah,
certainly hope that that's what he does.
yes.
Now, let me just see. I think we have a few comments. I just want to make sure. Okay, nobody asked any questions. All
Right.
right.
Okay.
Um, that said, my good brother. Now we got to get to the crux of it.
Mm,
I'm black nationalist. I believe you're nationalist, Pan Africanist.
yeah, I am. I don't
And
believe.
and as you know, our people, man, are very suspicious of party politics, whether we're talking Republicans or Democrat or independent parties, because we've been let down by them so many times. We've been misled. We've been made promises that people didn't fulfill. So a lot of people say, "Oh, that's whack. It's useless. Don't waste your time."
Right.
I know that you have a different take. I know you do, and I'd like
I
the
do.
community to hear it. What are your thoughts on that, my brother?
So for the community, I want you to tell you this from my heart. This is Robert Phil Jackson speaking. So local election matters. Local politics does matter. You can meet your mayor. You can meet your assembly. You can meet your city council person. They work for you. You don't work for them. They are not a celebrity. When you see them, you want to take photo ops. Hold them accountable. So I'm local. I'm identified as a Democratic Socialist. The parties that I be or control, Republican and Democrat, to make the ballot to raise money. But people have to understand that politics do matter and everything is political. If you have an ID card, that's political. If you have a passport, that's political.
Mm.
If you work a 9 to 5, that is political. You have a social media platform, that's all political. So you might feel like you don't want to vote. Your vote don't count. It does count when a local election matter. So call your local politician and get involved.
I see. I see. So what type of positions? What? Well, first of all, Robert, what do you do, and what type of positions would you say are very important for us to participate in or get involved with?
So all positions are important. For those who don't know, judges are elected officials. I don't know if you know that. The guy you see behind the bench, he got sworn in. He put his hand on the Bible. He's an elected official. You can run for county committee if you want to. Those are people that pick people before the election happened during a special election. I was county committee a couple of years ago. You can run for district leader as well. They have a lot of power in the community. But if you want to go for paid salary and make a big difference, city council, senator, assembly, governor, the mayor's office, state comptroller, city comptroller are all available.
Do you think there's such a thing as running for an office, not necessarily to win it, but to get certain issues put on the table and into the public eye? What do you think about that?
So before you run any race, you got a petition. You need to raise money, man. A lot of people do it to be a placeholder, see their name on the ballot. So you got to raise money. You got to have a strong team, strong belief, and have an agenda because the media will tear you up, especially New York media.
And when you say agenda, for those who don't know, Brother Robert, what is a political agenda? If you were to define it, how would you?
So what does a person's agenda mean? A platform. What do you stand for? Is it affordable housing? Is it police reform? Is it bail reform? What do you actually stand for? Some candidates don't have no platform. They figure that, hey, you know me, I'm your neighbor, vote for me. But what is bigger than that?
Yes, sir. Thank you for that clarification. And I
Yeah.
think it's important because when we have these audiences watching, you don't know what people's political IQ is. Some people may know that, and some people may not. So we
That's
appreciate
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now, which one do you think personally is more helpful in terms of producing real tangible results or resources or concessions for our people? National elections or local elections? There's a lot of talk I hear about that. What do you think though?
So it's the local elections that count. The national election is ran by the electoral college. The delegates pick the president, not the people. So the local elections, more resources, more funds you can allocate to your different organizations and companies. The president's job is to protect, provide, and secure funds for our country and resources. And also he's the commander in chief. So he's not accessible though. You cannot call the
Mm.
White House. You can't show up at the White House. But a person that is accessible is your state senator, your assemblyman, your city council person. They are accessible. Your
Good
mayor as
points,
well, the
brother
governor,
Robert.
attorney,
Good
attorney
points.
general. Go. You could call them, step to them anytime, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And they all work for you. You don't work for them. They
Okay.
classify public servants.
Okay. And I'm very clear to know. Well, first, let me see if we have. So the Queen is saying that she salutes you for your ongoing service for us, and you have
Oh,
consistently
thank
been a
you,
resource, and we appreciate you.
thank you, thank you.
Got to give our brother his flowers while he can smell them. That's important.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I know she asked me for grant information,
Absolutely.
and I always try to deliver grant
That's
information,
right.
job resources, housing information. So city council is a resource bank. I'm a city council aide. I handle constituent services Monday through Friday, 9 and beyond. Yeah.
Speaking of that, if someone lives, sister represents District 10,
Which one?
that you work with, um,
District 9, Christmas in Jordan.
District 9.
Yeah.
So if somebody lives in District 9, Brother Robert,
Hmm.
and you work with constituent services and they have a complaint or a concern, how would they reach your office?
So you can always call us 646-960-1344, Tuesday through Saturday, 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. Somebody will be there. Or come to the office, 163 Markham X Boulevard, between West 118th Street, West 119th Street.
Okay. Very good, very good. And
ChristianinHarlem.com is the website.
say that again.
ChristianinHarlem.com is the website.
Okay.
Shout out to KRJ, I recall her, KRJ. Shout out to Giselle, Shannon, Lisa, my boss Troy Weeks, Rebecca, Somali, Jack, and others.
And also those watching, um, have some initiative too. We push back. See, we're not Harlem Liberation School is not one of these idealistic, altruistic, pie in the scale utopian. We believe that it's our responsibility to do what we say we're going to do consistently and to the best of our ability. However, there's this thing called the internet
Yes.
that there's these things called phones. You could say, okay, Google, who is my representative? And based on your location, it can actually tell you. So we're asking if you can go right. I don't know if that's nyc.gov, but you can certainly go right to the internet and put your address in. It'll tell you who your representatives are. By the way, too, family. So what we're saying is that Robert does his job. We try to do best to do our job, but guess what? You got to do your job too.
Yeah,
We
yeah. You gotta,
all have
yeah.
responsibility in this,
You
right?
gotta, you gotta follow up,
Um,
y'all. Follow up.
brother Robert, something I got to tell you, man.
Yes.
I think me and the Queen was talking about you one day,
All right.
and she says, "Oh yeah, yeah, Robert sent me some flyer about some of it." I said, "Oh yeah, he sent it to me." One thing about you, brother,
Yes.
you're consistent.
Yes.
There's something to be said for consistency.
Yeah.
If you want to know what's going on, brother Robert is
That's
constantly
positive.
sending.
Yeah, positive information I give.
Yes, sir.
I can't tell you about no
That's
hip hop
very good.
party. I can't tell you about a hip hop party, but I will give you information about events going on in the community, back to school that's coming up, or different holiday people may celebrate.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Between you and our good brother Shep, you know brother
Shout out to
Shep.
brother, yeah, of course, all power to the people, yes.
Yes, sir.
Wait, August
Brother
20th,
Shep for
don't
those.
forget, August 20th, Black Panther Way, Coach Freeman naming.
Yes, sir. That
122nd
we
Street,
name the
7th
street.
Avenue, 1 o'clock. Yeah, come on out.
And for those of you watching or who will watch the later recorded version who used to attend our brick and mortar um Harlem Liberation School that was in Raw Space at the time.
Yeah.
Raw Space was directly across the street from Raw Space was the original New York City Black Panther headquarters, right across the
Yes.
street.
Yeah. Which is now
So
Bodega. Shout out to my man Louis
a
across the street.
bodega,
Yeah.
as fate would have it, right?
Yeah.
But they're renaming that street. We're gonna do information about that, and hopefully, I hope to be there so that I can film it live to our YouTube channel so you can all see it live. They certainly, at minimum, they deserve a street renaming.
Yeah. My boss will be there
At
speaking as
minimum,
well.
who's that?
My boss will be speaking. Kristen Richardson Jordan, the council member. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. Now I'm gonna put up a few comments,
Okay.
and we're gonna get back to what we're talking about. A number of people are kind of chiming in, greeting each other and supporting each other.
Yeah. Black Power family.
That's right, all day, every
Praise
day.
Yahweh. All power to the people, y'all.
That's right. Queen in there. Root is that Root Track? Oh, that's Sister Yara, I believe. Sister Yara, peace, Sister Yara. Hope you're doing well, you and the family.
Yeah.
All right, all right. Now, Brother Robert,
Yes.
what are your thoughts? Okay, I know that you work in the system. I kind of agree. I feel like this: if there's tools around us, if all types of tools around us, even if our actual enemy put those tools there, but
True.
they're tools, they're wrenches, they're hammers, they're drills, and we say we're revolutionaries for the people, we're supposed to use any tool at our disposal to be free, to build, to fight, to advance our people.
Yes.
A lot of nationalists have a problem with that type of nuanced way of thinking, but the truth is, we're colonized people.
That's correct.
So for those you watch, like, I don't know, that's the white man, then give me all your money too. Give me all your money. That's the white man.
Yeah.
His picture's all over it.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to do that, right? But
Nah.
that's his tool. That's his.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to be very clear where we draw the line. The clothes we wear, for the most part, is from the white man. The
Yeah. A
cars
Chinese
we
man.
drive, for the most part, are all from the white man or the Asian man. So we
Yeah.
need to be clear. These are tools. And even if you have a critique of the country, as both me and Robert do, and
Yes.
most of you do watching this, we know that we're responsible to do what is in our power to be free, to help our people the best we can. So if you choose to go to their university and do it that way, do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you feel you can make a dent in their local party system, you do it. Now
Yes.
remember, it's theirs. Do remember this. It is theirs, family. And if you move a certain way, it's going to cause some turbulence. So with
Mm.
every choice we make, there's going to be challenge. But I do believe that we got to get off of this. That's the white man's. We can't touch it. Yo, anything that affects our people, anything that affects our ability to eat, our income, our health, our safety, it is our business.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we have
Correct.
the right to participate at our discretion. That's how I see it.
Right.
But anyway, sister, the queen says, very good question. The queen, Brother Robert, has a nonprofit called Sweet Transitions,
Yeah.
and they kind of help certain transitional communities, those people who've been battered, people who've been homeless, people who are in prison.
Hmm.
Certain types of these communities comes into their homes and helps to beautify parts of their home or their apartment and connects them to social services. So she has a question. What can, let's say, the sister KRJ that you work for and with,
Yeah. Yeah.
what could a fee or a city council person do to help her nonprofit per se? Some
So city.
examples.
So city council. So the city council person is a resource center. We have a nonprofit coordinator now named Latina. I was told. I will see the information later on. In Arnold at City Council, in Arnold at City at council.nyc.gov. But far as what you could do for your nonprofit, Got to be put in the system. You get vetted by the city, and then you let them know how much fund you may want, $5,000, $10,000. Then there's a process. It take eight months to a year. So the city council person, all they do is the resource center. They refer you, put you in the system. The city give you the funding. That's it.
Wait a minute. I want to make sure I heard this correctly. I want to make sure y'all heard this correctly. So you telling me,
Yeah.
Brother Jackson, that we can go to our local city council person that represents our district if we
Yeah.
have a nonprofit and we can go and say, listen, I got a nonprofit. I need this type of funding, and they can actually facilitate that.
Yes, but you gotta be in writing though. But the city got to vet. The city will vet you, so you can see anybody. You can see the state senator. You can see the Manhattan D's office for that. You can see the mayor's office for that. But you will get vetted, and there's a long process. This is not overnight. Some people wait 1 to 2 years for funding.
Yes, sir.
And
What if you're a community organization? For those of you
they,
who have community organizations and you say, we just want a little bit of money to do this event this year, this annual, whatever. Can the city council help with things like that?
yes, absolutely. They actually allocate a lot of funds for Family Day. So all the nightclub houses, 150 different nightclub houses in Manhattan that you see, city council allocated funds for that, for Family Day, back to school events, holidays, and things of that nature. And other
And
offices
do
as
the
well.
people, okay, do the people receiving that have to be nonprofits? Do they have to be a certain formation to get that?
Yeah, it gotta be a nonprofit. Yeah, can't be for profit.
Okay, everybody, I hope you're listening, taking your notes.
Take
All
your notes,
right,
y'all.
very good. Yeah, this is very important. Very important. Now, as you've worked with, I think you said Brother Wright, Keith Wright,
Yeah, the past. Yeah.
Sister KRJ, what would you say are the greatest benefits of Black people engaging and being part of that process, that the party political process, so to speak?
Well, for me, on the salary side, making a difference. That's satisfied my day. Making a difference. Yeah. Being a difference
Okay.
maker. Yeah.
And for the average citizen, what that's Black or melanated, so to speak, or new
Yeah.
African,
Right.
what would you say are the benefits for us, for people like you who we may not engage it, but other people on our behalf work with the system? How do you think the system benefits us?
So the system benefit us by certain perks. Going to certain meetings we wasn't allowed in before. I've been in meetings before in the past with Bid 125 and other meetings as well that I've never been included. But now, man, now I got to come to the table. Now people got
Mhm.
to know. Then now they notice you when you have a badge or have an ID or you have a card, business card. As people say, they put respect on your name. Now,
Mhm.
when they see this,
Okay.
yeah.
Now the queen, well, so the queen is on a roll. She got some questions. I hope the
Okay,
rest of
Quinn.
y'all watching this coming with some questions
Ask some
too.
questions, y'all. Don't be afraid.
You may not live in Brother Robert's district, but I'm sure a lot of what he's saying will apply to you in your district,
Yeah.
right? So here's another question the queen got. She said, what should you do? What should the constituents do if you feel there's a bias in your local council person's office? I want to put some dressing on this. Let's say, Brother Jackson, that
Yeah.
I go to my council person's office
Which is
two
Sean.
blocks, 3 blocks from where I live,
Which is Sean,
and
right?
let's say,
Sean Abreu, right?
and this is no disrespect to anybody. This is no
Yeah.
disrespect to people's community, but
Yeah.
let's just say they're Latino.
Right.
And let's just say that we notice when the Latinos go in, hey, mommy, they talking, they playing, they chilling, they getting copies made for free, they getting jobs, all types of information being passed. And then
Mm.
when you go in and you Shaquita or Ray Ray or Nook Nook, you don't get that type of treatment. You almost
Mm.
feel like they running you out. Yeah, we can't help you, man. They running you out of there.
Okay.
But what happens if you feel like you can't really trust your local council person, or you're not feeling welcome? What would you suggest you do in that case?
Just like you vote them in, vote them out. First thing,
Okay.
vote them guys out of there, and also hold them accountable. Always
So
hold
that
people
may take
accountable.
some time. Like, yeah, that may take some time. But what do you think you can do immediately?
Bring it to the press. I would do it.
Hmm.
Black press
Okay.
or press in general. You
Yeah,
feeling
because
you
we're kind of feeling that way ourselves. We're feeling like the former office, you know,
Mark Levine,
personally,
right?
I didn't feel that dude should have been there at all. But that's another story. But his office at least was helpful. I will give him that. You can go get little copies made of, certain things and this and that. And this office is like they out on vacation. I don't know what they're doing there,
Wow.
right? So
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing there. But here's the thing, I think also, Brother Jackson, that it reminds us. This is what I said to y'all. I said, you have the right to use the tools available, but you got to know it ain't yours.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
controlled by other people, and those people are organized by race and
yeah,
ethnicity,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
So that means if you see and you go in some place, you not get what you want, that gives us to this question from Brother R.J. Miller. Why aren't black people creating their own political parties? Democrats and Republicans are one and the same. Both want power and money. Is that a legitimate question, Brother Robert? What do you think about that? Our own independent party. What do you think?
yes, you could do that, but you need unity first. You need unity in the
Money.
community, and you need capital. You need money, man.
Yes, sir.
You
Not,
can't be
it's not,
on you can't be on
yeah.
welfare and own a yacht. It's not gonna work. So
The theory is easy to say that, and I believe RJ, I'm a lifelong proponent of everything we need. We need to put it there.
yes, yes,
But that's easy to say,
yeah, yeah, it
and it's
is.
difficult to do. You got to be able to organize, get people to stop arguing over what they call themselves,
Yeah,
their
yeah,
side of
yeah,
town,
yeah,
what
yeah,
color they. I mean, so it's not easy. You got the Christians, you got all these different sub identity groups that don't want
yeah,
to
yeah,
mingle with that group. Takes a lot of work, but ultimately, theoretically and practically, I think our answer will lie in probably a mixture of both. Probably messing with some of the existing structures, if for no other reason to learn how it's done.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
If for no other reason, get a few concessions, a little money to this group, a little money to that group, keep the police off your back, a little something, something. Bring a spotlight on homelessness in your community or
absolutely.
imprisonment of your people, and then be building your own ultimately. Because some Brother Robert, correct me if
Yes,
you've seen this. I never seen Jews marching for a Jewish president.
Jews marching for a Jewish president.
Yeah,
Wow.
have you? Have you ever
Nah,
seen Jews saying we need a Jewish president?
nah, cause they didn't. Well, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. And I'm telling you from the structure for marching for a Jewish president, the electoral college already picked that. That means it's already predestined. You know what I mean? You gotta be. That's what it is.
Let me clarify. By Jews, I mean the white European Jews.
No, I understand what you're saying to our Jewish. Yeah, the faith.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
yeah.
Nah, they're not. They're not. They won't do that.
They tend to organize,
Yeah.
raise money, and build their own structures. They have their own ambulances, their own
Yes. Yeah.
hospitals, their own
Yeah.
schools. It's something. I see. Thank you for that, R.J. Miller. Thank you for the question to the Queen Bee, Brenda.
This
Root
White
Tracker
House.
Yara says this. I think she means white supremacists.
Wow.
uh, President's giving us money and protection, laws to everyone but us. We're getting
Bro,
empty symbols, statues, hip hop holidays, etc.
she got a
Okay,
good
Sister
point though.
Yara thinks it's a bunch of BS. What do you think about that, Rob? You think there's
Nah, she definitely telling the truth, but that's what we fight for though, as a people. We want statues. Right now, I'm trying to push for Marcus Garvey statue, Marcus Garvey Park, with the city council's office. But
okay?
hip hop. I know they're putting a lot of emphasis on hip hop, the 50th anniversary right now, but they should be pushing for reparations though.
Okay, they should be pushing. I'm glad you said that. I kind of want to know, Brother Robert, what do you think from where you sit, being kind of working in these offices and with these people, are some of the things that our people should be put on an agenda? These are things we want. What would you say are some of those things?
So people need to push for they need to push for reparations. Number one, push for that immediately. Number two, push for some more bills in your favor. Come to our office, ask for Jack McClatchy, and he could definitely help you write down some bills as well, which will be put to the floor by City Council. It is up to the Speaker to give it the veto or non-veto. We need more low-income housing, not affordable, low-income housing. The
Mhm.
affordable housing, $100,000 and up. We can't afford that in Harlem. Number four, healthcare. Five, more affordable jobs to take care of our families as well. That's it right now. And public safety issues too. Number six.
Yes, sir. See how he just rolls them off?
Yeah,
This
talking
is
about.
brother knows what he's talking about. See,
Yeah.
this comes when you're involved in these things. Now, um, I'm interested to know: do you have any larger political aspirations yourself, my good brother? Are you thinking
Yeah.
about possibly being a councilman or mayor or whatever one day?
Yes, I do. Because the people in Harlem already call me the governor of Harlem. They call me the governor.
All right now.
Because I know everybody.
So,
And I give out real
so if you
resources
the
and
governor,
information.
Mark McPhee got to be the mayor.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Word. But I live in Harlem. I think he live in Washington Heights somewhere, I think. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Very
I,
good, brother. I tell you this, you'll get my vote. That's for sure.
I appreciate it. I live in Little Africa, brother.
Yes,
The
sir.
greatest
You
greatest
definitely
place on
are
earth.
about the business.
Mm.
Always giving people very important information, connecting people. That's very important.
Yeah.
Were there any last things that you want to say to our people that had nothing to do with any question I asked you that you want to say independently that you think we need to know?
Yes, for next year election that's coming up, the presidential election. Don't get bamboozled by the candidates. Don't vote for somebody because they're black. Find out their agenda first. And remember, they work for you. I know I see Dr. Cornel West is running for president. He switched party. He's known as a socialist. Now he run on the Green Party, I guess, to raise money. I know Donald Trump may go to prison soon. Maybe not. President Biden is there. But all these guys are accountable. All of them. It's not about wearing t-shirts, hats, and buttons, and their underwear or flags. It's about holding them accountable and let them know to get in, and make sure whatever you do in life, you get involved, make a living, and make a difference.
Brother Rob, before we go,
Yeah.
I just want to get your feedback. I always had this thinking that the way that our community deals with the local politics needs an upgrade. What tends to happen in our community is somebody pops up and says, "I'm going to run for
Right.
so and so," and they
Right.
go to the church and they go to the Masonic Lodge and all these different places, and they run and they put up ads.
Mm.
Some of these people we ain't never seen in our lives, never heard
True.
of them, never have no history of doing anything for the people. Doesn't it seem to you? It occurred to me that the community should come up with an agenda.
Yes. But
And the community should vet people that they want to run for them. And if they agree to represent this agenda, we as a community rock with them, raise money for them. What do you think about that way of thinking?
so they have stuff like that. They have stuff put in play like that already called county committee, where they have meeting once or twice a year, and that's ran by the machine, the powers that be, and they pick and choose who should run or who should not run. But I believe in your statement, your agenda, the people should vet who they think should run. A
Mm,
survey, a survey, have a forum, a debate forum, and then see,
very
who they
good.
are. Because a lot of the time, we don't know the people. A lot of people don't read their voters guide. I know I do, but a lot of people don't. Some people don't
All
vote in every
right,
election.
fam.
I do, but some people don't.
Could you repeat that, brother Rob? I'm sorry.
I said some people don't read their voters guide. I know I do, but some people don't. Some people don't vote in every election. I vote in every election. Some people only vote in the presidential election every 4 years,
Hmm.
and I donate and campaign as well.
Okay. So I'm going to say a few statements, Rob, before we go. You
All right.
tell me true or false according to how you think.
Okay.
Black people should never get involved in party politics. It belongs to the white man. It's a tool to fool you and trick you, and you get nothing out of it.
False.
The only people we should vote for should be people. No, if somebody runs and they're black, we should definitely vote for them because that means they're down for the people and represent our interests.
False.
When before we vote for someone, we should thoroughly research things like who funds them, what their background is, and what their platform is.
True.
All right, definitely. And I think we got breaking news. We might be the first black nationalist or organization to report that our brother has other aspirations politically.
Yes.
Brother Robert Jackson, I
Yes.
think we might see
Yeah.
maybe running for council or the mayorship one day,
Yes.
family. Do
One
not
day,
be
family.
surprised.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't be surprised. He's been around for long. I seen this brother, man. I seen him doing what he does. Brother
Yeah.
Rob, we want to thank you. If there's no questions,
Yeah. Thank you, Harlem Liberation University. Shout out to my family as well. Rest in peace to my parents. Rest in peace, brother Kilrose. Rest in peace to all our ancestors as well. Shout out to the motherland.
absolutely. Yes, we just lost a great ancestor in Dr. Matulu Shakur.
Yeah.
They
Rest in
they
peace
had
to
a
them.
lovely memorial service for him
Yeah.
today. Lovely, beautiful.
Mm.
So yeah, gotta respect the ancestors. They say that young people have the legs, but the elders know the road. And that's really profound. You can
Wow.
have all the legs and energy you want and don't know where the hell you
Where you
going.
going?
And be running right dab in the jail to the crack house or whatever. So we need the elders, and we need the elders can have all the ideas and know everything, but they can't go nowhere. So we need each other. Very
Yeah.
important. Brother Rob, man, we thank you, good brother. As
At
you would say, shalom.
Shalom Aleichem, everybody. Baruch Hashem Adonai Tova. This is Robert Phil Jackson, aka known as David Israel. Add me on Facebook, Robert Phil Jackson. And peace and black power to y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank
More
you so
power to
much,
the
brother, for
people.
your
Yeah.
time. Peace and blessings
Anytime.
to your family, man.
Yeah, same to you.
Enjoy your day.
You too. Shalom, fam.
Peace. Well, family, you heard it right there. We had brother Robert Fields Jackson. I know in the streets we know our brother as brother Selassie, right? And like I said, since I met the brother doing community organizing, meeting with some brothers, trying to figure out what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. Very well connected brother, very sincere brother, very approachable brother, not standoffish at all, and has a knowledge of how things work to some degree that can point you in certain directions. At Harlem Liberation School, we believe there's no magic bullet. There's no one brick that's going to build this building, family. It's going to take all types of bricks, which means all types of people in our community. Those who are very logical, methodical, computational, we need you. We need strategy. We got to stop, shooting from the hip. We need strategy. And those of you who are deeply intuitive and creative and resourceful and spiritual, we need you too. We need the dancers, the dramatists, the writers, the intellectuals, right? We need the engineers, the social workers, the social scientists, the teachers, all of you. And it's a matter of coordinating us so that we're all placed in positions where we can do our most efficient and powerful work on behalf of the people and enjoy what we do. Very important, proper people placement. Well, family, we thank you for coming out. We hope that you found something helpful. We are constantly looking for community members to be on our broadcast. We're not elitist. You don't have to have 20 college degrees. You don't have to have no 18 African languages and have the best dashiki, family, to be on the broadcast. But you do have to have love for the people, something you're offering our people, some type of service, information, or product. And please reach out to us. Hit us up at Harlem L School at gmail.com. Hit me up on my personal through my name, IJ Taimba, on Facebook. And I think if you go right on YouTube, you'll see our email if you go to the about section. Family, please, and also if you haven't subscribed yet to our channel, please subscribe. It's important. We've over 1,000. We want to get over 5, then we want to get over 10, then we want to get over 20. We want to reach as many Africans and new Africans as possible. family. You feel me? Thank you all for joining us. If you have any ideas, suggestions, if there were questions that were unanswered by this show, let us know. That's your responsibility. Let us know, and then we will make sure that we respond to that forthrightly. Thank you for listening. Peace and Black Power. Don't forget, we will win no matter what you hear from the enemy or the Negroes. We're going to win this one ultimately, and it ain't over till we win. Peace and Black Power. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.